People are taking countless photos on their phones and have been seeking a meaningful way to share these with friends and loved ones. And for those wanting to find a reliable method of sending postcards or photo galleries whilst travelling, the discovery of TouchNote has proved a game changer.
We stand out in the fact that we are one of the most used mobile apps in the space, and we pride ourselves in being the fastest and easiest way to send photo gifts to your loved ones on the go.
It's not just postcards, but the gallery frames that TouchNote users love.
One of the things customers told us is that they have thousands of great photos on their phone, and they would love for a really easy way to take these photos out of their phone and into their home. And that's what we set out to do with our new gallery frames.
We are allowing you to create a collage of your pictures. So it's not a single picture necessarily. It could be of a family, it could be of a trip, it could be of anything that you want. And literally with a few taps, you choose those pictures, we would mount and make them for you and even design it nicely, and we ship it to your house, so all you need to do is actually put it on the wall.
TouchNote's Elise Campbell-Bates shares how the staff's attitude to the people using the app make it a bespoke product.
TouchNote was created in the first instance because our founder realised that he wanted a way to keep in touch with his relatives, but he couldn't find a quick and easy way of doing that. And we still want that to be the case today. So everybody that joins TouchNote, we want to make sure is very passionate about what we do, understands the unique selling points of our product. It's the people that really make TouchNote. I know that sounds a little bit cheesy, but I really do feel like the people that work here are all amazing. They're all A players and experts at what they do, and we're very keen on that, and people have to have the right technical skills to be able to work here because it's a small company. We all love spending time with each other inside and outside of work. We all get on really well, and I think we've got a good mix of people.
We hear from TouchNote customers and why they love using it.
So my experience with TouchNote is that it's really easy to use. Like there really isn't an excuse not to use it. I also really like that it's a more personal experience because I send TouchNote postcards primarily to my grandmother, who lives pretty far away, and she loves getting mail.
Honestly, I'd give TouchNote a 10 out of 10. I can't brag about TouchNote enough. As I say, I've converted a lot of my friends and family to using this app.
We meet customer Ben, who found novel ways to send postcards to his nieces during his worldwide travels.
My sister-in-law had the bright idea of keeping track of my travels on a map. So they got a great big map of the world, stuck it on the wall in my niece's room, and every time they received a postcard, they stuck the postcard up on the side and had a bit of string to wherever I had sent the postcard from. Over the year, that built up, and in the end there were so many postcards, there was no space left on the montage. They just started piling up at the bottom. The thing I really enjoyed the most was I twigged that obviously there wasn't a real stamp going on the postcard when they were sent through. It was being, franked, but you're able to change the stamp. So at first I thought, okay, I'll be like the Queen, look to the left, and I made some stamps of myself just looking very regal. And then as I went from place to place and I bumped into friends with kids, I thought I could have a bit of fun with this. So I would take children's hats or a chocolate pudding or a witch's hat, and I made as many different stamps as possible.
We have certain designs for certain cards which are all made by our designers in-house. Customers have asked for a specific type of design or card, and when they ask us that, we are still at the size where we want to really listen and recognise what customers have to say.
I like TouchNote because it's small and personable. So there were a few times when I had a few ideas about how to make the app a bit better. So I sent those through and always got very quick replies, sometimes asking for opinions on ABC or just to flesh out a few of my ideas. So I knew they were really receptive to getting feedback. So I almost felt like I was part of a TouchNote family, even though I'm nothing to do with TouchNote and I just enjoy using the app.
We work really in a space in the market that is very emotional and very personal. Ultimately, we help people send a very personal message, an intimate message from one person to another. It's your photo, it's your message, these are your words. It's not a public display of affection as someone may share on social media. And with that, the product and what we offer is really timeless. It's that need to say thank you in a meaningful and intimate way, or to send a nice message to one another. And we feel that need will always be out there, will always exist.
But what I find specifically exciting and even enriching is when I see communities come together to use TouchNote to communicate with someone. A great example I have of that, which literally was a few months ago, was that in a retirement home, they had a campaign completely independently where they asked the general public to send postcards during Easter to their residents, some of which don't have family or friends who they can spend the holiday season with. We heard about this and we gave them the opportunity to send free cards from our service, and people from all around the world sent cards to strangers about their holidays and their moments with their families, and just made their whole community feel closer together. I thought it was beautiful.
TouchNote. Download now from the App Store or Google Play.